do you see hope? Let's finish with that. I know we're running out of time. You have a hard stop coming up, but
Yeah.
where do you see hope?
I see a lot of hope in the storm that has come since the 1960s has revealed the foundations. And we've moved off the rock of Jesus Christ and we've moved on to sinking sand. And actually, what storms do is they reveal the foundations.
Mm.
And there are a lot of refugees from the sexual revolution, to use Russell Moore's phrase, refugees from the sexual revolution who are seeking for a place of refuge and safety. And many of them are finding it in the church. I've just interviewed a woman called Louise Perry, a feminist here in the UK, and she's gone on a fascinating journey from being very much has no great Christian background whatsoever. She worked in a rape crisis center in her 20s, and the rape crisis center taught her that sex is really significant, and our culture is talking out both sides of its mouth. It's saying that sex is nothing, and that sexual abuse is the most heinous thing that can happen to you. And she was like, well, pick one. And we know which one we need to pick. We know that like sexual violation is egregious. That's because sex must be so much more significant than our culture is telling us. And then there were a whole bunch of trans ideologies that were sort of coming into the rape crisis center. And she was like, no, I don't think that's right. And she reads Tom Holland's book, and she reads about Me Too movement as a profoundly Christian thing. It started her on a journey of, and she's just written a book called The Case Against the Sexual Revolution. And it's an absolute bestseller. And it's quite the cultural phenomenon. And she's talking about, people getting in touch with her. She has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages from people. The book's only been out for a matter of months, from people saying, thank you so much. You give me hope because I've been sold a lie all my life about sex and sexuality. And I think she's pointing in very interesting directions as regards faith as well. She was just on the Jordan Peterson podcast, and she corrected Peterson on a number of things that I think she needed to correct him on, especially as regards how feminism and certainly this idea of the equality of the sexes has grown out of Christianity. It's a uniquely Christian thing, and she was like preaching the gospel to Jordan Peterson on that. I'm not saying Louise Perry is a confessional Christian in that sense, but I think she is lighting the path back to Christian faith because she is exposing the sinking sand of our cultural moments, and she's also saying the Christianity that you so deride culture, the Christianity you so deride is actually the source of the values that you so prize. And I'm seeing a lot of people actually see the sinking sand and return to Christ. So there's some hope for you.
That is a great message of hope, and it excites me. I know we're coming to the end of our time. How can people follow you and what you're doing?
Sure. So Speak Life is the ministry that we're on. So if you're a YouTube kind of a person, then you can go and subscribe to our channel, Speak Life UK. If you search for Speak Life, you should find us and subscribe and tap that bell. And we've got a podcast that comes out a couple of times a week. But if you go to speaklife.org.uk, you'll find all our resources there.
Thank you, Glenn, for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Travis.